Hello.
Hello. Thank you. Are you feeling okay?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be here.
See you, Alaya.
Yeah, it's his first media interview interaction
Ever.
He got out and he ran out.
I
getting
just
the food
sprinted.
butt naked. There was not one article of clothing on him. He was
Not even a towel.
He was
I didn't even.
probably drying himself at that time. He wanted food. He was like, okay, food is ready. He ran out. There were all these other mothers and aunties and all of that. Then I've seen this 9-year-old butt naked boy running. That was he was running. Okay, everything is bouncing. Everything is
The visual.
You don't need to know the bouncing. There was no need for those details.
All these mothers
There's
are like,
absolutely no need. She did the weirdest things to scare me. Like,
yeah.
I'll get into details
I used
later,
to
but
get
I'll let you go.
get such a high out of scaring him, and I was also your biggest protector. I was your biggest bully, but I was also your biggest protector. Give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Listen, you're being unfair to this person.
Correct.
You know, a lot of the time, so balanced. We're not ki mera bhai ya meri behan hi sahi hai. You know,
So
we're
look at
like
it as
balanced people. We're like,
Which is
no,
fair.
you were wrong in this situation.
Yeah,
Also, we used to hang out a lot, like us with our partners.
Partners
we used
as
to also
well,
hang
that also
out
did
as a
happen,
group.
yes.
So we all were, friends, and we were always hanging out. We used to go on
Correct.
trips together. We used to do
Correct,
all of
correct,
that.
correct.
So it was more like a group of friends. So we were also very close to each other's partners and all of that.
Yeah. So who's the more romantic one?
You for sure. Out of the two of us.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I've been in more relationships and
Omar
longer
is a
relationships.
lover. It was the time when I want to say, tell my dad about something or have a discussion with him, but I don't know how to. I tell my stepmom first. Like, I want him to chat with you about something. This is there. How do I tell Papa?
Yeah.
Or how do I, handle this conversation, give advice, give opinions, and then she'll give me her advice and opinions. And it's just really good to have that.
There's a conversation of, your parents are divorced. We never had that conversation. It's just always been pleasant and happy.
Yeah, we never thought of divorce.
We never thought of divorce as a bad thing.
Genuinely.
Hello everybody, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. This show is very special. It's called Sibling Stories. Stories that you and I both love to hear. Siblings are the best. My guests today are awesome. They are real, they are fun, and one of them is making their first chat show debut. I'm talking about the super fun Alaya F and of course the brother Omar. Thank you for doing this.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you. Are you feeling okay?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be here.
See you, Alaya.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his first media interview interaction
Ever.
ever.
Yeah.
I
It
promise.
So yeah.
All the things you
Rudrani
heard.
has
I'm a
to.
little nervous, I
Rudrani
can't
and her
lie.
probing questions.
I am a little nervous, but I've come on here with great excitement. So
100%. And I'm excited because sibling stories, like this show says, are the stories that we all love to hear, and this bond is incomparable. So starting from that, tell me, Alaya, how is this bond? How is it for you? What does it mean to have a brother who's there always for you?
Oh, gone right into the deep end.
Yeah.
See,
no words. She has no words for it.
Cute though. It's cute.
So being the older, I am the quintessential older sister. I think you can.
That is true.
can
You are
vouch for
technically
this.
also older than me. So yeah, you are the
but
older sister.
I'm the quintessential. You know when you have this thing of the older sister being this bossy, motherly, overbearing.
As a child, she was super bossy. I think I remember being a kid and traumatized because when I was a kid, she did the weirdest things to scare me. I'll get into details
I used
later,
to
but I'll let
I
you
used
go.
to get such a high out of scaring him, and I was also your biggest protector. I was your biggest bully, but I was also your biggest protector. Give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, back in the day, yes, I agree with you. No, for sure. But the dynamics have obviously changed since then.
Yeah,
It's been
of course.
Yeah.
But I think so. For me, I've always looked at Omar, and also we have another younger brother whose name is Zan, who's 9 years old, and I think now that you're an older brother to Zan, I think in a lot of ways you might realize how I felt about you.
I think I already feel that sort of protective nature. When it comes to him, I sort of feel like I need to take care of him. Is he okay? Because I always, whenever with you, I felt like it was opposite because you never really needed my help for certain things. And yeah, with Zan, I feel that sort of like protective feel for him because he's just so small, you know.
Yeah, and
Just
that's how I
feels like
felt about
he's a
you.
kid.
That's how I still feel about you a lot of the time. Where, you know, that's the thing. When you're an older sister,
That's
you
true.
have this protective, motherly. I think all older sisters in a lot of ways can relate
Yeah,
to this.
yeah.
You have an older sister, younger sister?
I'm the younger one, so I
You're the
relate to
younger
him.
one, so you would relate to him in this equation then.
But I know.
But, so, I mean, it's been really special. I mean, I feel like having a sibling is just, you have a perpetual friend
Yeah.
that's with you through everything, through all your crazy family drama. Sometimes when your parents are being irritating, when you're,
Yeah.
you know, there's family dramas going on, or there's, you know, even something small like you have to go and attend this cousin's birthday who you barely even know. Instead of going by yourself, you go with someone. You know, and
Yeah.
you're like, my God, we both have to go to
Just
this,
having a
let's, you know.
partner in crime for everything,
Having a
you know, it's
partner and
important.
everything. It's special.
Because it's lonely otherwise. Like, there's certain events, if I go
Yeah.
alone
Yeah.
or if she goes alone, we just feel like weird. Because
Yeah.
it's like, no one, you know, it's like that bond you have.
And then you, of
Yeah.
course, have your signals.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
When to
signals, yeah.
leave,
Yeah.
when to go.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of, you know, it's like you rightly said, it's like a companion for life. no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Omar, you have watched her becoming this elder sister,
Correct.
that phase, you know, and then becoming this star,
Yeah.
right, that she is today.
Yes.
And you've watched her work hard, go
Really
there,
hard.
go through all the nepotism debate to now
Correct.
getting the kind of love that she does,
Correct.
right? I want to know how you look at that journey, Omar.
Honestly, when I came back from, before I was going for university, I remember her she was in this training phase before she got into the industry. She was like, I'm not going to get in before I'm 150% ready. So like for I think over a year or longer, all she did day and night was just train and train and train. And even through like that whole journey,
Yeah.
she didn't meet her friends. She was like completely antisocial for like over a year and she didn't even like step out, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, this girl is like, she's just in a cocoon, but she was putting so much effort into it, you know. And clearly it showed because as soon as she came out of that, started giving like her first few auditions and then getting her first few projects, Jawani Janman, what an amazing film. And you can see the effort that was put into it, you know. It was a lot of effort and it turned out really well, which it obviously would.
I remember during
Yeah.
my training phase, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember during my training phase, again, like Omar said, I became completely antisocial.
Completely.
Yeah.
I used to just go to class.
Like
come
her
back,
only
stay in
friends
my
were
room.
us. Like, you know,
Yeah.
at that
I
time it was
really
working.
was.
It was just me, mom, her. Like we used to have dinners together. That
Yeah.
barely in time for dinner, and then she used to be the next morning
And
back to work.
do you
and-
remember when your friends would come over and you guys would be chilling on the terrace?
Yeah,
or
she used to
whatever?
join us for certain plans
They used to come
sometimes,
and tell
yeah.
me, they used to be like, Omar, do you want to come and chill with us?
Most
You
of the
want
time
to
the
come
answer
and-"
was no, but sometimes she did join us.
Yeah, because he was just like, this is my social
Yeah.
sister who
You do
suddenly
need-
become this antisocial
Like
creature.
a cave, where you've made a cave for yourself.
No, for sure, and it gets lonely, you know. Like
Yeah.
if over a year you're just by yourself, just training, it gets lonely from time to time. So it's like it's important to have people around.
How have you gone from, like you said, being the elder sister when you guys were kids to today? The person sitting in front. What has changed in this bond that I see?
So I think, see, Omar was born into a family with very loud women. Okay, me, I'm a very loud woman. My mother is a very loud woman, and our nanny, while we were growing up, Benny,
Yeah.
who was with us since I was 6 months old. So since Omar was born,
Yeah.
is a very loud woman.
Yeah.
So Omar was just
No,
surrounded by these-
Loud is an understatement. It's not loud. It's like loud and talkative to the point where you don't get to talk. Like as a brother or even as the only guy in the home, because like I was the only guy
Yeah.
growing up in the home, and it was so weird because I didn't get a chance to talk. So I grew up very silent. I couldn't like say much, and I grew up very introverted. And
Yeah.
then I think over time I sort of opened up.
I think
But,
that's
like,
what mainly changed, where Omar randomly
yeah.
one day said, "That's it! Stop talking, all of you!
Yeah.
I want to talk, and I'm going to talk,
Yeah.
and you're going to listen."
I want to know, when was this? What was your age in this
You know,
moment?
recently.
when you have like such strong, independent
Yeah.
women around you, it's like so hard to get a word in because they have such strong opinions. It's like it's
Opinionated.
impossible to get a word in.
It's a recent thing, which is then funny for me and my mother also to somewhat deal with, because we're like, oh, okay,
Okay, you talk.
okay, you know. But it's a moment of adjustment,
Yeah.
right? Because for 24 years, it's been a certain way, and then over the
Correct.
last 2 years, suddenly
Yeah.
we're like, okay, fine, yeah, we should check ourselves. We should keep quiet for a second and let the boys do the talking. So, yeah.
I think it's not just me though.
Yeah.
The men in our family in general tend to be so much quieter because every woman in our family is so loud. It's
all
like
the men in the family that last.
even my nana, he's like grown into a more silent, but you know, But because he's realized that there's no opportunities to talk. So he's also grown more silent and he's just within himself a lot. And I had a conversation with him about this. He's like, you know, the women in our family are so loud. I think we've all grown up a lot more silent than them. And it's been like, it's just been that way, you know.
But I think the advantage of having such strong independent women in the family is the way you look, the way you are brought up to look at women also changes.
Yes.
Correct.
Which is why you're so amazing, right? A little credit to that, isn't it?
Yes, no, for sure. Growing up with women makes you I feel a lot more sensitive. And I've been a lot more sensitive to a lot of things. So I feel like growing up around women was a great influence on me as well, in many ways. It's been amazing.
Yeah, boys that grow up with strong female influence are really, really good boyfriends.
Yeah, there you go.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
I think you are one, isn't it? I think he'll be.
Yeah.
You can give us a little credit.
Yeah.
Omar. It's fine.
Definitely.
It's so true. I think they are more empathetic.
Yeah, because you want to treat women with kindness and respect and a certain, you know,
Understanding.
sensitivity and understanding. Also, he's privy to any problem, any and every problem a woman can possibly have.
That is true.
And all
Whether
the
I want to or not, I was like witness to this. I did not really have a choice in this, but
he was always between the crossfires of me and my mother shouting from one room to another at each other. And Omar was in the middle saying, guys, stop.
A mother-daughter relationship can get tricky from time to time. That's all I can say.
So Omar's patience and the willingness to, to listen more has helped deal with these
at some point I
complex-
just like started tuning out because there was just too much happening. I was, first I used to be the intermediary. Like I used to like step in and be like, you chill out, like this is all okay. And then eventually I was just like, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. And I just went in my own space. And now obviously everything is great. The
But then
cohesion
me and my mother still want to get a word in. So she'll go to his room and say, you know what she just said? You know what she just did? And then I'll go in. I'll be like, you know what she just said? She gave you her perspective, now I'll give you my perspective. He couldn't escape. He couldn't escape us even if he tried.
stuck in the middle.
Stuck in the middle. I think before I move on to even more fun stories, I must bring up embarrassing stories, right? Choose the best one because we have so much more to reveal.
I know the best one, but I don't know if you'll let me tell it.
Why?
Oh, I
Come
know. I think I know which one you're
on.
talking about.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
No. Not that one.
Guys, we need to be chill about this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
Just a warning before this,
He was
I
a
was
baby.
literally like 10 or 9 years old. I was
Yeah,
very,
you
very
were
young.
about 9 years old,
I was
yeah.
9 years old, very young.
So he was,
Just
he was
like
a baby, okay?
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
So Omar and I used to do swimming classes at this particular club. Okay, and every day after school we'd go and we'd, swim for hours because my mother had this thing that my kids need to be strong swimmers and all of that. So every single day we'd go, we'd do that, and after you swim, you're really hungry, right?
Yeah.
So Nanny Benny used to order the food and everything, and we used to go at that point, get ready, get changed, do all of that, and then come out, eat, and then we'd all head back home. So Omar goes into change, whatever, that time he was young, so then the boys go to the women's changing room, right?
Correct.
So he was there, he was getting ready, whatever, inside one of those cubicles, I was getting ready, all of that. I got ready and I came out, the food was there. So Benny, who was our nanny, goes into the bathroom and basically says, Omar, khana bahar aa gaya, aa jao. Omar, in his hunger, he was so hungry. He did not realize that he had no clothes on. But he was just hungry, so he heard food is there. So he said, okay. He got out and he ran out.
I
Getting
just
the food
sprinted.
butt naked. There was not one article of clothing on him. He was
Not even a towel. I didn't
He was
even-
probably drying himself at that time. He wanted food. He was like, okay, food is ready. He just ran out. There were all these other mothers and aunties and all of that. Then I've seen this 9-year-old butt naked boy running. That also he was running. Okay, everything is bouncing. Everything is
The
moving.
visual.
We don't need to know the bouncing. There was no need for those details.
All these mothers
There's
are like,
absolutely no need.
okay. All
They were like, nahi.
Penny, who's our nanny,
Yeah.
she used to have this one phrase where she used to be like, hey, Musa Deva. Okay, so
It
Penny
was-
is going, hey, Musa Deva. All the mothers are going, ha. Some mother has come, ran with a towel, okay? Ran with a towel and
This is a
caught
good story.
Omar.
It was so traumatic, I still remember it. Like, I still remember running out of that changing room.
And we were like-
And then having that moment of realization that, oh shit, what did I do?
Yeah.
Even
We were
as a
like,
kid, I was
Omar,
like,
why didn't you wear your clothes? He was like, food was ready. We were like, yeah, but you're naked. And he was like, oh. It's like he didn't realize that he was entirely naked.
This is an amazing story.
Yeah.
Omar went full Monty before anybody else had the guts to do
Yeah.
it.
He was completely butt naked.
yeah.
I mean, that's a great story. Can you top this one?
I'm really trying to think of
are my
I'm
embarrassing
really trying to
stories?
think of an embarrassing story. I don't know why off the top of my head it's not coming.
Yeah.
Like, can you remind me of, I don't remember
thinking.
one in particular.
No, it's embarrassing. I mean, it's another baby story. So I think baby stories are funny. So when I was really young, now imagine, you know how much I talk now, right?
Yeah.
When I was young, I had crippling social anxiety.
Okay.
So to the point where in school, no one had heard my voice until the 4th grade.
Yeah.
Okay, like it was a thing.
Yeah.
Like my parents thought there was a proper problem.
Yeah.
At home, I was chatty, but in school, for some reason, I just. And I remember there was one day where I was in school and I really needed to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like I needed to pee.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of class and I used to not even say a word. So for me to say, Miss, may I go to the bathroom was too much of an ordeal and it was too stressful.
Poor
so
thing.
me as my young baby self, I was just sitting there and then I was like, okay, I guess this is where it happened. I've just peed
Oh my
on
God.
my
You were
seat,
around-
I know
on my
about this
table,
story, but I wasn't-
on my table at school
Oh.
as a young kid, whatever. And then the boy or girl or whoever was sitting next to me was like, Miss. I think something's
Wait, did you
happening
pee on
here.
him?
No,
No, okay. Where was he? He was sitting near you.
So there are 2 chairs, right? And there's a bench.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
it's
now
like
I
the
have
classroom.
Started
No,
peeing,
makes
and you've
sense.
seen it on the floor. Maybe it touched his shoe or something. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't
Wow.
know. This is such a bad story to say out loud.
It's
but-
I think it's
Yeah,
but I don't know.
wow.
I feel like
after
bad
that,
for her.
After that, the
Wow.
teacher came to me after and she was like, if you want to go to the bathroom, you don't have to take permission. She was like, just get up and go. I'll understand.
Yeah.
But wow,
so
Alaya.
after that became the
But wow, embarrassing thing that happen now when we grown up is when you say something in front of someone you don't. That
Yeah.
can be embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's the only
Omar
thing.
has this habit of always being like, oh hi, really nice to meet you. And a lot of the time he's met the people before.
No,
And
I'm
this is
telling
just
you, I
the
have,
worst,
I
man.
have a problem. Like sometimes I just, with my memory with
Yeah,
people's faces
yeah.
and names, it's no excuse. Obviously, I'm not saying it like that, but I actually have a problem sometimes remembering people's names and faces. So when I meet someone now, she's like, you should never say nice to meet you, because
Yeah,
if I
just say,
tend to
"Hi,
meet someone
so good to see
again,
you."
it's like really embarrassing, you know. So I tend to just say hi, how you doing?
So now let's come to dating stories. We have to
Dating
go there.
stories.
Were you? I'm assuming you're the protective elder sister, like you rightly said, right?
I think we've never grown up that way.
Yeah.
Like even with
Yeah.
her, like she's never really said anything about it, and I don't think, obviously, I've not said anything either.
Yeah.
We've grown up in a sense where just like, oh, you do you, I do me, you know. Like we've never had that sort of thing about who you're dating and what you're doing about it.
So your protective elder sister doesn't come there that way.
No.
Okay. And what if you have heartbreaks? How do you help each other out there?
No, then I think both of us get very pissed
Yeah,
off at the other person. Yeah,
we
then
do.
the protectiveness comes in, right? Because
Yeah.
then it's a matter, then you feel like someone's hurt someone you love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just
You know,
talk
then-
about it then, you know, like
Yeah.
we just confide in each other about what's happening.
Yeah.
And then accordingly just decide what we want to do about it. you know.
Yeah.
But it's good to have someone to confide in about that. Like I
Yeah.
think that's what is good about having a sibling.
And
as
it's
well.
good to have someone that you know always has your back.
Correct.
You know,
For
just
sure.
no matter
It's
what,
like both
this
ways,
person
yeah.
has your back.
Yeah.
This
But-
person's there.
Have you all given each other dating advice? Not
Yeah.
like advice, but
lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I want to hear it. What's the advice you've given him and what's your?
I've also given you certain advice on dating, like a little bit here and there.
Poor thing, he's like, I also gave.
Yeah.
I think it's two ways.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
What dating advice have we given?
Nothing, just the general stuff, like just
Yeah.
No, I mean
be
like
careful.
even, yeah.
Like, do you really love this person? Just like, I think stuff like that. It's never been anything like.
Also, sometimes it's about, sometimes it's not even about, sometimes it's about, say, me checking him or him checking me,
Yeah.
saying you don't need to be that way with that person.
Correct. Exactly what I
You're
was
being
going-
irrational,
exactly.
you're being,
Yeah, obviously
you know,
putting yourself in
Like,
check
don't-
as well, not just your partner,
Yeah.
but yourself as well.
And also just being like, listen, you're being unfair to this person.
Correct.
You know,
That
a lot
also.
of the time, so balanced. We're not
Yeah.
ki mera bhai ya meri behan hi sahi
Yeah.
hai. You
Yeah.
know,
If you
we're
look at
like
it
we're
as like-
balanced people. We're like,
Which is
no,
fair.
you were wrong in this situation.
Yeah, if-
Also, we used to hang out a lot, like us with our partners.
Partners
we used
as
to also
well,
hang
that
out
also did
as a
happen,
group.
yes.
So we all were, you know, friends, and we were always hanging out. We used to go on
Correct.
trips together. We used to do
Correct,
all of
correct,
that.
correct.
So
Yeah.
it was more like a group of
Yeah.
friends. So we were also very close to each other's
Yeah.
partners
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's the more romantic one?
You for sure.
Yeah.
Out of the two of us,
Yeah?
Yeah,
definitely
probably.
more
Yeah, like-
I've been in more relationships and
Omar
longer
is a
relationships.
lover.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've not.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, I've been way more into relationships, I think, than you for sure.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I've
for
had
sure.
only one proper
For sure, for sure.
relationship in my life.
Because you said that was
I've
the
been in
most.
and out of relationships mainly.
Aw, but you've given it all. That matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Na?
Omar is a lover.
How sweet. What's the most romantic thing you've done, Omar?
Now I can't see. That's not for me to judge. I can't go and say.
No, but okay, I'll ask Alaya. Alaya, is there something that Alaya was like, oh, that's
Okay, I
super
can tell you
romantic.
something.
Oh my God,
So, no, I have an incident for myself. Which if you want,
Do you
can go
remember?
ahead.
You were the one that made us do the beach thing.
Yeah. Okay, you want to tell that? Should I tell that
I
story?
vaguely remember
So
it.
for prom, like in our school, we had a prom.
Yeah.
So I was like, how should I ask out this girl? Because I was like, I don't want to just like do like something random.
Basic,
So I was like,
whatever.
Something basic.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of my friends. I caught them. I think even you had come and helped me with this.
I had come and helped you. You called me.
Correct.
One second. He called me. He called me saying, listen, I'm getting her back to the house. Can you set up the terrace with rose petals and candles?
Correct. So she helped me with the terrace part. But what I did is I caught a couple of my friends. I was like, you have to come home right now.
Yeah.
I got them and told them to get these fairy lights.
Sure.
So I told them to go to the beach. Okay. So now we needed the fairy lights which didn't need to plug into anything. So I got them the battery powered fairy lights. I told them to go to the beach, write PROM in big letters on the beach because of the terrace. On the beach, you can see directly down. So I made them do that quickly, go down, write that. I think Alaya helped me with decorating the terrace, so that was also really helpful.
Yeah.
I took her up and then I sort of like brought up the prom proposal over there, when like up there, and I showed it to her.
You should have seen it was rather romantic. I did a great setup.
In the moment, it was really romantic. Yeah.
You should have. Alaya's like, I did a great job at it.
Yeah. No, she did. She did.
Listen,
really
the terrace looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It did.
It looked fantastic.
It did. I'll give you
looked like
credit.
some actual proper designer person, professional person had come and done it.
So cute.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because you said it, what do you think is the most romantic thing you've done or someone's done for you? Slash.
I'm a very romantic person. I'm a very loving person.
Sure.
Like, you know I love you. And I'm like a solid person. But like, I'm not a... Ye dekho mera pyar, you know?
Yeah.
Have I done?
But do you, I'm sure someone's done something
The most romantic thing that someone's done for me was one Valentine's Day. We were in Goa, so sometime during, I guess it was the pandemic, but not the pandemic.
Yeah.
So when you sort of could go out, things were starting to open up, but things were still really private. My partner had set up this whole dinner type thing on the beach with someone was there playing the guitar and singing all our songs, and there was a 8-course set meal and these nice drinks, and it was all set up beautifully, and there was like a little bonfire type thing, and it was just a really cute setup, and it was very nice, sweet, romantic. When the song started happening, I started crying also.
Yeah. So lovely.
So yeah, it was sweet. Sometimes when all these extra romantic things happen, first I get a little awkward, where I'm like, oh, like that.
Yeah, not to play the gender stereotypes, but usually I feel like it's on the man to also take the initiative sometimes, because I feel like it makes the woman feel a lot more special. Sure. But obviously, women also make a lot of efforts.
Yeah.
It's sweet, right, when you do all of this, because it also shows that you are invested in what you're doing, in that relationship.
No, it shows that someone wants to make you feel special.
Yeah,
whatever
of
it is,
course.
someone wants you to feel good about yourself, and
Yeah.
I feel like certain things like this I got from mom as well, because she used to do a lot of things where even back in the day, like I never thought of doing this, but even when I was a kid, she was like, why aren't you opening the door for me? And this small things like that, chivalry, like she was like, why aren't you opening the door for me? I was like, why should I? Like what? Like as a kid, I was like, what difference does it make? And over time, I think it realized that it actually makes a difference and makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So if it does, like why not do it? So then, small things like opening the door for her, like small acts, I think she also inculcated a lot of that in me.
Holding bags.
Holding bags, that used to suck, honestly. No, that one is really bad. Because we used to go shopping a lot, especially like in Dubai and wherever we used to go. And I barely got time to shop. So like for me, I had like probably one shop and like 20 minutes. These women, my mom and my sister, they had like 20 shops to go to and they had like 100 bags.
Yeah.
And I was a kid, okay? And I had to carry all these bags. And sit and wait and
all
carry
you make
these
it
bags.
sound like we treated him like a
No,
slave.
y'all did. That I'll give you. They really made me like wait. So it was like,
But
I remember this clearly.
Omar's like, I am the official bag carrier of the family.
But see, now you carry it by default, right? Now you'll be like, no,
Also
give
made
me
me
your
stronger.
bags. Yeah.
I guess.
Your parents have created a safe space for you to discuss anything.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of households don't have that.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
true.
Let's talk about that, because I feel like they've added to who you are, the way you look at life in general, whether it's relationships, whether it's career and everything. Let's talk about that.
So I think it's all actually, if you think about the story that Omar was telling, or I was telling, where Omar was always stuck in the middle of me and my mother going at each other, shouting, doing this, doing that. Now the thing is, in our home, we were never told, how can you ask this or how can you say this? You're a child, keep quiet. How can you question your parent? All these things were never there.
We were allowed to have an opinion.
We were very allowed to have an opinion.
I think in so many households that, like, I've heard so many of my friends who tell me, like, they're not allowed to have an opinion.
No.
And they grow up a lot more reserved and not being able to express themselves.
Yeah.
Also, they
I feel
don't know
like
what their perspectives are then in life. You know?
we've always been allowed to express ourselves, even though obviously sometimes we get told to shut up. It happens all, like, sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's not shut up, you're a child, you don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's more a, I think this.
Yeah.
And you're like, I
But
think
that's
this.
just that stubbornness
you
a
know?
little bit.
Sure.
Overall,
Yeah.
we always got to express our opinions to
Yeah.
our parents. And I think they've always kept that open environment for that.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's helped us, like, grow up a lot more opinionated and have our own like views on things.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah.
You kind of learn more out of it. You grow as a person once you see your parents go through
Correct.
something.
Yeah.
You know, you've of course been through, you know, you've seen your parents have through their divorce, then your parents having their individual personal
Yeah.
relationship with partners,
Yeah.
because listen, you get to have your life at
100%.
any age and you get to move on.
100%.
Right? And I think that
For
is
sure.
what you guys have seen. I want to know how that helped you today.
I'll say is that the way children grow from something like a divorce
Yeah.
or a separation or something relies very heavily on the way the parents handle it. And the way the parents talk about each other during that
Yeah.
period and after that period, the partners you choose, how they treat your children. And I think my parents, our parents, have done a fantastic job. In fact, they should be the poster example of how to actually
Have those conversations.
have not only functioning children at the end of it, but thriving children through it. You know, I feel like I wouldn't trade my broken family
Yeah.
for the world, because that means
Yeah.
my stepmother and my brother would not be a part of my life.
Correct.
I would not take that for a second. I would want,
You know, people
yeah.
have this traditional concept of stepmothers being evil, all these things. You know, the craziest part is we have the best relationship with, like, our stepmother and our dad. You know, it's like, it's
Yeah.
so good that you can move on to someone who actually makes you happy.
Yeah.
Even, like, it worked out for some period of time and it didn't work out. Everyone had their own journey.
Yeah.
Even with mom and dad, like, when they separated, it's because it wasn't working out for them.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And can you
Like,
even imagine our parents actually being
no,
together today?
absolutely not. It's so much more. Imagine just being in a household where there's constant fighting
Yeah,
and
yeah.
arguing just for the sake of trying to keep it together. It's so much better that you're happy and in different places, and we can all have wonderful like relationships.
Yeah.
Like, our mom has a great relationship with our stepmom and our dad, and it's all like, it's so inclusive. Like, there's no like any sense of negativity towards anyone, and that's so nice to have. You know.
Yeah.
We've never grown up with negative feelings towards anyone.
No.
Yeah.
It was just always more love, more
More
people
love,
to love
exactly.
and more people
exactly.
to be loved by.
Yeah.
And also it becomes like you have more, you know, older people, wiser people to go and discuss stuff with also.
100%.
Correct, yeah.
100%.
Right?
Like,
Like-
a lot of the time when I want to say, tell my dad about something or have a discussion with him, but I don't know how to, I tell my stepmom first. Like, I want him to chat with you about something. This is there. How do I tell Papa?
Yeah.
Or how do I, you know, handle this conversation? Give advice, give opinions, and then
Yeah.
she'll give me her advice and opinions. And it's just really good to have that. Not only that, I feel like we all have our individual relationships also with everyone
Correct.
now.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just really special. I don't even know how to explain it other than that. It's,
Yeah.
there's
I think
just
we've never
something-
grown up being like taught to feel any other way.
Yeah.
Like, it was always like, this is how it is and it's fine, it's normal. Just the concept of always being normal. There's nothing wrong with it. Or there's a conversation of, oh, your parents are divorced. We never had that conversation. It's just always been pleasant and happy.
Yeah, we never thought of divorce.
We never
as a
thought of
bad
divorce
thing.
as a bad thing.
Genuinely.
In
yeah.
fact, when, like, I think you had given me this example, one of your friends' parents were getting divorced, you're like, oh, good. Like, in a way, it's better because,
They'll be
like,
happier.
they're happier in that sense. Like, it's not,
Yeah.
and like, that friend was taken aback because in their perspective, it was like,
A really bad thing.
it's a really bad thing. But actually, it's a good thing if long term, like, it's going to be a better thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's a blessing, in fact, to know what you want. It's so important.
Yeah. So because of that, we knew everything anyway.
Yeah.
But it became a matter of what changed was when we were young, if I knew something, then I'd go and I'm telling mama about this, and you'd be like, I'm telling mama about this, and then we'd go complain.
Stupid
then there
bickering,
came an
basically.
age where we said,
Yeah.
okay, I'll keep your secret.
Let's
were
make
in
a
this
deal.
together.
Basically.
So yeah, so then it sort of became about, okay, fine, siblings stick together.
Sibling alliance, like forming an alliance with each other,
So
yeah.
I think it was
It's
more
very
just
important.
that rather than having those. I feel like we always
Rather
knew
than
what was
snitching
going
on each other like we
Yeah.
used to, we stopped snitching on each other and we started being a unit, basically. That's
Yeah.
what it is, yeah.
So who's more of a tattletale?
I don't think either of us now.
Not anymore.
But I think out of the two, it would be me.
I like the self-aware
I'll
quality.
say I'm more
I
of
didn't
a
want to
snitch
say
than
it.
he is.
I didn't want to
More
say
of a
it.
snitch than he is.
I was like, I didn't want to stir up things,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, because I sometimes I'm like, out of the two, yeah, it's me.
And out of the two, who usually won fights if you all had? Because as children,
So that's an interesting one again.
I think he'd just get tired.
No. Like, remember the physical fights we used to have as kids?
Yeah.
So
Oh
the
my
thing
God,
is,
yeah.
that equation changed. You remember when the equation changed as well? You told me that pool incident, remember?
Where you
Yeah.
whatever.
So usually,
Yeah.
like back in the
Yeah.
day, because I was 2 years younger. So when
Sure.
you're younger, you obviously like grow at a much faster pace.
Yeah.
So I was a lot smaller than her at one point. So I think at that time she used to try physically doing whatever to me.
Siblings, when you're young, you're gonna
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
We used
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like.
We've all done it,
hold each
people.
other's
No,
hair,
yeah, just like as a fun,
punch,
as a fun
everything.
thing.
As
Yeah.
a fun thing, no, it was a violent thing.
Violent fun.
listen,
was
and
violent.
everybody who's watching it knows that when you're
Sibling fights,
children,
yeah.
they fought.
I'll tell you when this changed. So I think after a point, because I started growing faster then, and then
Yeah.
I sort of grew taller than her, and then at that point, I think once she tried pushing me in the pool,
Yeah.
I think that was the day it changed, because she used to like try physically doing whatever,
Yeah.
and I just picked her up and threw her. And I think since then she's
Flung
not
me.
tried.
And I was like, huh?
She's not tried physically doing anything, because then I think that was the day she realized, oh, he's grown up, he's a
Yeah.
little stronger now.
Now we can't.
Can't really
But
do
then
that
she's like,
anymore.
let's make a deal to never do that to each other.
Yeah.
So who's got the maximum scoldings?
Me, probably.
Yeah.
Probably you.
I
Yeah.
was more.
And also, I think the thing is, like, because you paved the way, for example, like, even with the phone and going out, for me, when I was growing up,
Yeah.
I didn't have too many restrictions in the sense of, like, I could go out to a certain time and it wasn't like I was being spammed with calls. But I think because she was the first
Yeah.
to do this, so they were more paranoid about her doing
Yeah.
these things.
I was. I
so I think
fought
that's why
for my rights,
Correct.
and he
I
got
think-
rights by default.
I think that's why my scoldings were lesser, because
Yeah.
she was the first child, so it was more like, they were more careful with everything.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't have the same like level of scoldings that
So
she
then you
did.
are more of a rule breaker, because I think the elder sibling
For
has
sure.
to go through
I'm
more of the
definitely
rules.
more of a.
Yeah, the thing is, for me, I've never had to break rules because
Yeah.
there's never been any like there've been rules, but it's
Yeah.
not been like so restrictive in any way. In the sense where like it's been so open that I myself have realized, because of the how open it is, I myself realize what's right and what's wrong and what you shouldn't do. In fact, when you grow up having a parent who's really controlling, people get rebellious and they sort of start like, you know, they start
Yeah.
getting like rebellious about things and they do things for rebellious reasons. I've never had that, so I've never wanted to do like bad things like that.
So you
'Cause
never
I've always
had that conversation also where someone's like, you've done this and you can't do
Correct.
this again and stuff. Which is, wow.
No, we've had those conversations, but the thing is, like, overall, it's never been like, you should realize why you're doing it and why you shouldn't do it. Like, it's always the perspective of, listen, this is why you shouldn't do it. Like, you should understand why this is wrong. It's not like, oh, you can't do this right now. Understand why you can't.
Yeah.
Also,
It's
I
like
think
that-
we used to get scolded when we were young kids, but when we became adults, you know, or even like teenagers, it wasn't a scolding as much as it was a discussion saying, I'm really disappointed in a choice you've
Yeah,
made.
yeah.
Exactly,
And
something
you know,
like that. And you
it
that
was-
makes you think. It's
Yeah.
not like,
It's fab.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
never got scolded after a certain age. When we
Instead-
were young,
yeah.
yeah, because then children don't understand more than,
Yeah.
you know, you need a little scolding. We got slapped
Yeah.
on our faces
Yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
once, twice, you know.
as
when we
kids,
were
as
very
kids,
bad.
yeah.
But later on, actually,
Yeah.
it became much calmer. It was like,
True.
This is
Let's
an
talk about
adult
it.
in front of me. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
My child is an adult. Let's talk and actually make sure this doesn't happen again.
Exactly.
Which is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I've had this conversation with Alaya about social media trolling and how she deals with it. You know,
Yeah.
she is now obviously way more thicker skin and stuff.
Yeah.
But Omar, how do you deal with not just your part of social media trolling? Because unfortunately
Correct.
now you're also, you know, people know you're the brother.
Correct.
They'll come and they'll spam you, this and that. And with her trolling, because I know it impacts you, right? Like you see people writing any kind of things. How do you deal with that? And I'll hear Alaya's perspective if there is any now
Correct.
also.
You know, honestly, I feel like because I've grown up around this, even with mom
Yeah.
or with Nana, not just before Alaya was in the industry, we've grown up around like so much. Like, we were always in the social eye in a sense, because even when we were kids, mom used to take us to events and we were always around. And I heard about these social comments from a long time, you know, like, there's always things to say. So I feel like I've grown up thick-skinned as well. Like, when I see it, it doesn't really bother me. Even when I see comments about her or me, because it's not like, I'm not taking them personally.
Yeah.
I know it's coming from a deeper sense of insecurity from their perspective, but it doesn't really reflect too much on you, I
Yeah.
feel. So I don't really take much offense to it. I feel like I don't give it much value, so I don't really look at it like that. But if it's constructive criticism, like sometimes if someone's saying something about you which actually makes sense,
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh, maybe I should change this about me. I'm obviously not like, I shouldn't
Yeah.
take this feedback at all. But I'm always
good way.
thinking like, is this correct or not? Do I know if it's logical? Then I'll take the feedback, otherwise I'll leave it. I don't think about it twice, then I just leave it. I
Yeah,
forget
which is
about
fab.
it. Yeah.
Is there?
Also, I feel like my mother was a lot more controversial than I ever
Yeah.
was. So
She's not
by
had too
default,
much trolling. Yeah.
that way it's been pretty clear and clean. So I think because we were used to dealing with my mother having an opinion on everything and not caring what other people think or what they're saying.
She continues to be that
and
way.
she continues to be that way. So I think we sort of
We grew up with that strong-headed mentality through her, basically.
it's like you have an opinion, stick to your opinion. Whatever people say, if you believe in it and you know that it's something that feels true to you,
Yeah.
stick to it.
Yeah.
Be confident in it. It's okay, let people say what they want to say.
Do you remember watching your mother's movie?
Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar
Yeah.
is the only movie we've actually
Correct.
seen.
I think our mom didn't want us to see other movies of hers.
Because she was like, don't watch anything.
And weirdly, we've actually never seen the other ones.
But you remember on her birthday in Goa, this was a few years ago, we found all these clips of her movies
Oh my
on
God.
YouTube.
And even her old interviews. We
And
found
her old
so many
interviews.
things. And we died laughing.
We have
'Cause,
died. So on her birthday, we screened it.
You know, because she also entered the industry so young.
Yeah.
So her interviews back then were so raw and she said so many stupid things because she was not media trained. She was literally like, I think 17 or I don't know how old she was.
Yeah,
But
very
because
young.
of how not media trained she was and how young she was, she said the most ridiculous things. I don't even want to repeat
You
some
know,
of them,
me
honestly.
and
I
Omar,
don't-
we have this. So me, my mother,
It's
and
like-
Omar, we have this family group chat. Okay,
Yeah.
the three of us. And every once in a while, Omar will find something or I'll find something.
And we always send
we'll
it,
record
yeah.
it and we'll send it on the group and we'll be like, Mama, Kajurma.
We have a good laugh about
What
it,
were you
yeah.
saying? And we have such a big laugh about it. And not many things embarrass my mother.
Yeah.
By embarrass, I mean where she goes, oh my God, I can't do this.
Like you're
Very
turning
cringe.
red,
She
turning red,
turns
going
red.
Yeah,
She's cringing.
But
Yeah,
her
cringing.
old movies and her old interviews, you'll see her turned red. But she's like, oh my God, put it off. And it's very hard to get my mother to that
to
place.
feel that way, yeah.
I mean, Jo Jeeta was iconic, wasn't it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
I don't think we realized while we were seeing it how iconic it
Even
was.
Pehla Nasha, like how
Yeah.
popular it is till date. Like
Yeah.
it plays, you know, I've heard it play so many times.
Everywhere, all the time,
Everywhere,
yeah.
even through like Instagram reels now till
Yeah.
today, they're trending on certain reels. It's actually insane how popular that song
Yeah.
was. And yeah.
I
it's so
remember
cool to
when
see.
I saw Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar for the first time, not the first time, but like maybe
Yeah.
the first time when I was able to understand it, sort of, and I was still really young. There's that one scene where my mother slaps one of the some things and she
Yeah.
slaps. And I remember I was young, I was like, oh, so why did you do that? And she was traveling, she was like on a holiday somewhere. I remember calling her up, sobbing, saying, but why did you slap that man?
Yeah.
And I didn't understand the concept of that she was technically the,
Yeah.
you know, the bad person
Yeah.
also in the equation. I
Playing
didn't understand
games
all
and
of
all
that
that.
at that time.
We didn't know what acting
I just
was.
remember sobbing.
I mean,
because
that's credit
why
to
did you
her acting in a
slap
way.
him?
That's credit to her acting. It was so realistic that you that you actually believed it. So
She was good. She was good.
Yeah.
Kids.
We've spoken about your mom's film. I want to know right now. Alaya has done a couple of things, yeah,
Correct.
and she's got a lot of love for it.
correct.
Which one is your favorite? And tell me what particularly. Be an honest critic.
Very honestly,
Thing
and
that
this,
you thought was okay, and the other thing that you thought was fantastic.
like it didn't take me even a second to think about it. For me, it was Javani Janeman.
Yeah,
by
that's
far, by
everyone's
far.
favorite.
Firstly,
Yeah.
because
Mine
it was
also.
Mine also.
yeah. Firstly, because it was the first. It was so special seeing her on the screen for the first time. But apart from that, just the way it was, you know, like just going and seeing her and how naturally she played it, and it was such a feel-good movie as well. Like she's done a lot of amazing roles since, but that just has a special place in my heart, and I feel like it'll be hard to replace that. So I feel like off the top of my mind, definitely Javani Janeman. Yeah, one of my favorite
For me
performances.
too,
of her.
I think for everyone that,
It's a very, like, it's a crowd favorite.
yeah, and it was a debut that was just perfect in
Yeah.
every way. And because it was the first and because it
True.
panned out so well, I think it's always going to be our
Yeah.
favorite.
Okay, before I do that game,
Yeah.
this segment is going to be about pointing at each other and saying who does it.
Okay, done. Fine.
I'm making a statement and you just say.
Okay, fine.
And then you
You just
get
point.
Yeah,
Point
and if
or
you
point?
disagree, then you get to say a line saying no, it's not true.
Yeah, okay,
Are you ready? The first one to apologize. You?
I don't know actually.
Yeah, even I don't know actually.
Okay, so
Both and
both
neither.
together. Both.
We actually don't even apologize. We understand that the other person probably feels bad about it and
That
we
is
move
true.
on.
That is true.
Yeah. We have discussion.
On some things we agree to disagree, but
On some things we
usually
agree to disagree.
Yeah,
Gives the best fashion advice.
Probably.
probably. Yeah.
So I was going to say and has a better fashion sense. Huh?
Oh, definitely.
Really, I think you have good style also.
No, but yeah, overall I feel like you for sure. In comparison, yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Because
fine.
you put a lot more
Okay.
effort into, I feel like, dressing. I
Yeah.
put effort, but not as much as you. It's I think you're definitely more fashionable. Yeah.
Really?
Who's more emotional? Oh, that is
Definitely.
sweet. Okay. Who gets angry really quick?
There's no
Although
doubt, no doubt.
Recently you've been very quick to anger. Recently
Recently-
I've been a lot calmer than you. Give credit. You're like,
yeah.
like
But overall on a broad spectrum, I think
yeah,
definitely.
overall me, but
Yeah.
recently him.
Yeah, I think I've just been,
Yeah.
Who has a better sense of humor?
I'm pretty funny. I'm pretty
No,
funny.
I have my
All the
comedic timing.
stories-
Like I'll not say much, but I'll deliver that one line.
Okay.
Which
All
I
the
have.
stories, mimicries of mama, all the ways
Okay,
I
fine,
tell all
fair.
our
I'll give it to her on the
stories,
stories.
when I'm telling people about an incident and people are laughing, dying about it.
I have those one-liner humors,
yes,
but
but-
usually like she's good with her stories.
have long-
Yeah, correct.
So both.
Long format, short format.
I love it.
Long
Long
format.
format, short format.
Correct.
Okay. Who gets ready quicker?
Actually, both of us are.
Definitely. Come on, there's no
can't
question. No.
Okay, yeah, but you're a boy. It takes less time. for you
In
to get
comparison
your
today,
stuff
it
done.
took me 10 minutes. It always takes me 5 to 10 minutes maximum.
Who's always on time?
I'm pretty punctual.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends. We're both pretty punctual.
I think for work-related things, I'm very punctual. For
me
social
also.
things, I'm very late. Like
Yeah.
I don't. I give priority to work things because that you need a time commitment for.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
sometimes for social events, you can just turn up late, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, work-wise, definitely, I think both of us.
I think we've both been. My mother is a hyper punctual person, so I think
Yeah.
it's just been drilled into us.
Whose social media game is better?
There's no question. Come on, come on.
No, but maybe we don't know you, na?
No, it's
Me,
no, definitely.
Yeah?
I don't put much effort into my
because
social media
yeah,
currently.
it's bread and butter. Otherwise,
It's a
I would
bread and butter,
honestly
yeah.
have thrown it aside.
I feel like if I put in effort, I could get really good at it. I just
Yeah.
need to put in more effort into it. But definitely her.
Also, it's different what boys can do with their social media versus what women can do. The range is very limited, you know.
When was the last time you lied to your sibling? This is not about who. I know there has been a moment.
Last time.
You can tell the
I'm
incident.
actually
Honestly, I don't lie.
No, I'm actually pretty honest. Sometimes I'll withhold information, but I'll never lie. If
Yeah,
I
I
if
like
I,
that.
if I don't
I
say,
know
I'll withhold information. Like I won't say it, but I won't lie about something.
I don't think we lie at all anyway. Like I can't remember the last time I lied to anyone.
Last one is who is definitely giving advice, who's the one who's always like the wiser one among the two of
Gyan
you.
to I'm
On
always
anything,
giving.
Gyan.
Yeah,
Gyan.
you're giving gyan all the time, but I feel like I've
Who's
grown to
better?
be very wise. And but I don't see the thing is if someone
Up
comes
for grabs.
the thing is someone comes to me for advice, then I will really give it. She thinks so because she does give a lot of advice.
I do give
I
gyan
don't give as
20%.
much advice, but if you come
But
to me,
then
I have a
how
lot
do
of
we
good
know
advice to
How
give.
do we know that your advice is good if you're not giving it so freely?
Well, then you have to find out.
Yeah,
you
we'll
have to come to me
find
for
out.
advice.
We'll have to find
but,
So this one's not
I feel
decided.
like because I'm a listener, I've grown to understand a
also
lot
correct.
more. Being a listener actually gives you a lot more perspectives on things.
Sure.
And I feel like if someone comes to me for advice, I have a lot more to say.
Sure.
But I don't just go out and give advice to everyone. I just don't want to do that. Like I'll give it if you want it.
Yeah, I give lots of unsolicited
Yeah,
advice. I give everyone advice.
I love having conversations with honest, real people, and we've done some really honest conversation here. This continues. This is our fun game segment. How well do you know your sibling? Are you ready?
Yes.
Questions. All the questions right now are for Alaya.
Okay.
And we need to guess what the answer is that she's going to write. Okay. Let's go. What's Alaya's favorite dessert?
Oh, phew. Actually, it's difficult. Even I don't. Okay,
Which
fine.
is why. So now you'll have to think what she'll write. Please don't cheat. Omar, no peeking.
Okay. I have an idea.
Okay.
Omar, don't show me. Put your board that side. I don't want to see. Huh.
In 3, 2, 1.
Excuse my bad handwriting, but
Oh no.
Oh, so she says, okay, let me read it
I
out.
got sick of it. I
Show
ate
to-
too much of it.
oh no. Okay, so this was a
This
recent
was
one.
a recent
This was a
flavor, but
recent
I ate
one.
too much of it that I got sick of
So
it.
she says carrot cake,
Yeah.
puran poli, and any Indian mithai.
Yeah.
So the thing is, this NIC, they have this mango and tender coke.
I know
Mango.
the ice
Sugar-free
cream.
one.
There was
Yeah.
sugar-free
Sugar-free
mango ice cream.
and sugar-free
So
tender
what she
coconut.
likes to do is mix both. Like
Yeah.
there's mango and tender coconut.
Okay.
You mix it in a bowl and have it. But it was a very recent thing, so it came
I
like to my mind.
ate it with every single meal.
Yeah.
Right now, who's the recent favorite actor that Alaya keeps talking about? Like, you know, oh, I've seen this movie and I love this actor. I'm saying recent
Male or
is because male.
Male. Okay. You have to know
Recent
my
male actor that she talks about because I'm saying why recent.
I think I have an
Omar, I
idea.
really hope you know this because this is like a. This is my favorite.
In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh.
Not first. I've worked with general
Ranveer
actor.
Singh here
Oh, Ranveer
and
Singh.
Rajkumar Rao here.
No, I thought because you really like.
I mean, I
were,
was at top.
like
I
blown
top-
away
yeah,
by
I
him.
was.
and Because I remember how much she spoke
Yeah.
about him and
Yeah.
how blown away she was by his
With his
performance and
performance
his
in
We're all,
work.
this is a Rajkumar
In
Rao
the
fan
way-
club.
Yeah.
Correct. The way he did it, the way he acted in Shri,
Yeah.
she really like praised him a lot. So
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
recently it was
100%.
definitely him.
But I'm a Ranveer Singh
Okay.
fangirl.
Ranveer
Okay,
Singh.
I was wrong again.
There's just some
Okay.
people that I think
It's
are just
okay.
so cool.
Okay.
We have
just
we have a
think
few
he's so
more.
cool.
We have a few more. Okay. What is one phrase that Alaya uses often in her conversations? A recent phrase, because sometimes we have a, let's say in the last 1 year, what is one phrase or a few words that you see her adding in most conversations? You know what I'm talking about? It's like a catchphrase or something, like a few words. Are you ready?
I don't know what my
Like something that you keep saying all the time. Let's see if you guess
are you
the
going
same
for
one.
a timeless
You
phrase that I
cannot.
use a lot, Omar?
Alaya.
Omar, firstly turn it away. I'm not seeing now. See, I'm being so honest.
Omar, don't see it.
Ah.
Good, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's the recent one. I didn't say
Recent
timeless.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm going for timeless.
Okay, go for timeless.
What?
Okay.
I'm just
go for
saying things you
timeless.
generally land up saying a lot. Am I right?
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, go. But yeah,
The-
interesting.
Kattu.
Kattu is the main.
correct.
Kattu
Yeah.
is
But I'm
my.
like,
So
Kattu-
out of the lot, I would say this gets number one because Kattu is the filmy insider coming out because
Yeah.
she tends to
Yeah.
say Kattu this, Kattu
You
that
know,
a lot.
This
I want to be
happens,
fair.
Kattu hai, yeah.
Even though she didn't know what she's saying, I think it's Kattu because you've said you use Kattu.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I
use
get that
Kattu
point.
a lot. I got
Kattu.
I think
this
I
you
get
get
that
a point
point.
for this.
Yeah,
you
you do get a point for this, yeah.
I think fair, na?
Yeah, yeah.
You get a point.
You
for
be
this.
better than me at this point. Yeah.
It's good. 1 point.
Okay.
Well
Yeah,
done.
1 point.
Khata khola. Okay. All right. Your favorite holiday destination, Alaya's.
I have a thing in my mind which I
Okay,
want
put
to
down
write.
a few things and then we'll all
Yeah. Put down 2 or 3. Bas 3 se zyada mat
Put
karna.
I'm not sure how to
Think-
spell this one, but I'm gonna like.
Oh.
fine.
Okay,
Put down
not
a
too
few.
much hints and hide.
Okay, okay.
Okay, fine. I have 4 down. Okay.
Okay, ready? In 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know this.
Anna, you're so right. See, again, he's put something that
See,
I
I
am
know her better
obsessed
than
with.
her.
That is true.
So actually, Vana is
So
one of my
Vana-
most favorite places in
Yeah.
Dehradun. Yeah.
And London because you've been going there a lot recently.
For
I thought you
shoot.
really, but I thought you really even for that trip with dad and
Yeah. I like London, but London's not my favorite. New York and Paris trump
New
London
York.
for me.
I forgot New York
Bali,
because her
I
university
love.
was there and she really.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it.
Bali, I
But
love.
you wrote
because
Maldives.
Maldives is the one that
That's
I was
the
scared I'd get
controversial
cancelled
one.
for.
I agree.
But I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because before all this, of course, happened.
Yeah.
So don't worry, PR. Don't need to cancel all of this. So I'm giving explanation.
Yeah.
But because Omar, me, and Omar's girlfriend and
Yeah.
my
Sure.
boyfriend at the time, we had all gone on this wonderful trip to the Maldives
Yeah.
at Soneva Fushi, which was the most amazing resort, and we had the most wonderful 5 days there.
What an amazing
so it's
time.
just so special to me that entire trip.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
somewhere
How
that has
sweet.
got a special place
For
in
sure.
my heart.
So
For me
sweet.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people are still going there. It's okay. Everyone's still going
I mean,
there.
that's okay. उसका तो मुझे कुछ comment नहीं करना है.
Exactly.
तब से तो गई नहीं हूँ मैं. But I don't
Yeah.
get cancelled also.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a special place for
It's
the
sweet.
memories that
yeah,
it's given
memories
me.
you created.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, well done.
So
Okay.
do I get a point for that?
Yeah,
You get a
get
point.
two points.
Nice.
You get. Achha, you get 2 points.
2 points, so that's
Okay.
1-3.
Okay.
Look at her
okay.
being generous.
Okay. Okay. This is the last one. What, according to Alaya, is the biggest red flag in a relationship?
Oh, not my red flag. Not where I'm a red flag. Acha. I was writing
Not you
bossy.
being
I was like, I'm bossy. That's my red flag. No. That's definitely
What,
my red flag.
according to Alaya, is an absolute deal breaker and is a red
I
flag?
think I have an
Do
idea.
not
There are
say
lots
it.
of things that are my deal
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Now you'll have to think of something that she might have said
Uh-huh.
in anger or whatever.
No, I have a good idea. Of
Oh,
this.
lovely. I like how Omar is so much more confident than Alaya. I'm sorry, I'm just saying it.
This is a big one for you. I don't know if you're going to write it. But
I
it's, a
hope
big,
really?
it's a big one.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Ambition.
Ah.
So
I need someone that's
she needs someone who's
ambitious.
really
Really
ambitious.
ambitious.
If they're not as ambitious as her, she's
She actually said this to me in my last, in the
Yeah.
first interview that we did.
see, I'm going
I
spot
don't-
on with these.
I don't rude people. I don't like anyone that's unkind.
That's a pet peeve.
No,
More
pet
than that.
peeve.
But it's
That's
like a red flag. na? If, like,
Personality
if
flaw.
you're coming in
Someone's
a,
rude
if it's a
person.
date and then the person's rude to people.
Being
For
a
and-
sure,
bitter
for
or
sure.
whatever, I would
Yeah.
hate that.
For sure.
Yeah. If
But
someone's rude
so
to
am I
people, I care
correct
about.
with ambition?
You are, of course. you're
Yeah,
correct with
but then
ambition.
technically how the game is going, chalo.
but the game is-
I mean,
I'm just getting.
The game is
See,
basically
the fact
Omar
is,
knows me better than me.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what's going on.
Chalo, okay, do you want to give it?
Give no.
Acha, okay, give.
Remember this generosity when you're doing my points also.
3, technically 3. Okay, 3 points, not bad, Omar. Let's go. Now we
Omar.
have questions for Omar, and the two of them are going to write answers for
Okay.
Omar.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Omar, who's your current favorite actor? Current favorite actor.
I don't think she'll also. We don't discuss
I don't know
Eh,
this. Can I sit comfortably?
Of course
I feel
you
like
can.
games, it makes me feel like
Please
I wanna...
sit comfortably.
I have one.
Okay. Your current favorite?
You won't know this, I think, but guess.
But he may have
So I
mentioned
remember
it.
one time you had mentioned this Bollywood we're talking about.
No, we can. It can be anything.
It can be.
Oh, it's not
then
Bollywood.
At least tell if you're in Hollywood, then
Yeah, I've written Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw this recent. No, actually, why am I saying this? I'm giving her hints.
No. You
No
can't.
hints. No
Saw
hints.
this
You didn't get any hints.
No hints. No hints. No hints.
Do I
She
even
didn't
know
give
who
you
this actor
any
is?
hint.
Do I even know who this actor is?
I'm not saying anything.
I think she obviously. You
Should I
must
give a
say.
hint?
Yeah.
You want a
Say
hint?
it. You know him. Don't
You definitely know him. He's
Bas,
very
khatam.
popular.
She said you know him. Obviously must be
And
popular.
I saw it recently. Now that's another hint. I'm stopping there.
Oh, I think even I have guessed.
I will
Okay.
reveal. I will reveal. I'm just going to write the first name.
Same.
because-
Yeah. They did the same thing.
Oh my god. Okay. I
Okay,
don't know.
3, 2, 1. Yes!
Ryan Reynolds, yes.
I said the same thing.
I wrote
Okay,
Blake's
yeah.
husband. Like, I wasn't sure how to spell.
No, his
Blake
name I can
Lively's
spell,
husband. I did not
I
spell
said the same
last
thing by the
name.
way. I looked
Reynolds
at
has
you.
a Y,
By the way,
if I'm
I'm
not
not lying. I looked at you and I said Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
looked
I
at
know,
you.
I saw, yes.
I said that. Because
The
he gave
thing
the
is-
massive hint he gave.
Because
Yeah, saw it recently.
Yeah.
I
Ah.
just
Popular, I
loved
was
him in
like,
Deadpool.
He's so good.
And not just in Deadpool, his interviews after, he's
Yeah,
just
he's really
somehow owned that character
Somebody-
and it's become a part of his personality.
Yeah.
You know what, Omar?
And he's
We
so
will
funny.
never have someone doing that here because people take things too seriously.
Yeah, that is true.
Like
He's so
in
funny.
the movie, they have taken pot shots about their personal life.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who'd be okay with it,
Yeah.
and not with massive PRs behind them. Nobody.
No,
would
I
be.
actually love
But I
him. He's
miss
just-
that,
yeah.
like
But the thing is, audiences also
acceptance.
become
Wahi,
very,
wahi.
yeah.
The
Sensitive to
acceptance
things,
out
yeah.
there. He's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree. Great choice.
Ryan
Okay,
Reynolds.
move on. Ryan Reynolds. Okay. What is your favorite cheat meal, or what is one meal? It can be a meal that you feel like is your comfort food. It's very specific. Has to be a. It's like when it's the comfort food. I'm not saying junk. I'm saying comfort food. And she's like in full game mode with like legs crossed and stuff. I have a feeling.
I'm so comfy now. I wish I'd sat like this for the
Yeah,
whole interview.
you could have.
You know,
Doesn't
I should
matter.
have. I'm feeling so silly. I would have been even more relaxed than I
I have
normally
two
am.
things written.
Okay, she's ready. Alaya?
Wait.
Okay.
There was one thing that you used to love, then you got allergic to it, so now you can't eat it. So I'm not writing that. Oh, am I writing another thing also?
Write two. And anyone that he's written, if you get it, you'll get it. Okay? Okay. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Did you get this? No. Khichdi for me.
Mutton keema and
pav
Dadi's recipe.
I
She's a
put Dadi's
biryani.
mutton keema.
Okay,
Let's see.
that is
You're
close.
obsessed with Dadi's
That is
mutton
close,
keema.
but that's not my
Khichdi and
comfort
cheese
food.
pav bhaji. Actually, khichdi is
So
my
for me, khichdi for me is
I-
comfort. For me, like if I'm
What?
unwell, if I'm really not doing well, like a palak khichdi, I could have been more specific.
You know, a
But
khichdi
for
is
me-
my worst nightmare.
For me,
I
it's
love
just,
khichdi.
when I'm just unwell, I can have that all day because
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
gives me the energy.
So-
it digests. I just don't. I
It's
don't.
very warm
like,
and stuff
Omar
also.
takes good
Yeah.
care of his gut.
I do.
I'm
Yeah,
a
even I
spicy
like-
masala
even I
dalo.
also
How
like
much
that.
masala can
Sure,
you
But
I
we're
like-
talking comfort food, hello, not
But
like spicy
he's also
masala.
written cheese
For
pav
me, it's-
bhaji.
it's spicy
the
masala.
spiciest, but
But
cheese
even
pav
for-
bhaji I should have known.
Yeah, cheese pav bhaji is spicy.
Yeah.
Cheese pav bhaji, the Amar cheese pav
Amar
bhaji.
cheese pav bhaji in
I
specific.
only introduced you to it, me and Arya.
That's one thing I can go to as my go-to cheat meal, like
Okay.
that cheese pav bhaji. Yeah.
I want you to mention Omar's current best friend. It'll give me, that's why I asked you the
Do
friend
you even
circle
know who your
question.
best friend is?
But is it not timeless or is it just like current?
I'm saying current because you know why I say that?
But the one current one that I obviously would know is
In
your...
life, you have.
That's your
You
thing
do,
to
I
decide.
think about
Yeah,
as
That's your
your-
thing to decide. I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay, fine, I'm putting...
Okay.
Okay?
I'll give it for the first one
Okay,
written.
fine.
First one, he's going to only consider your first answer, he's saying. Okay? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Arya.
Yeah, I put Rishan and Arya.
Rishan and Arya. So Rishan's one of my closest friends as well.
Arya is the timeless one. That's why I said timeless. You said not
But he's timeless.
That's why I got
He's
thrown
timeless,
off.
but he's
Even
also
now.
recently. I feel like I've gotten a lot closer to him recently.
Yeah,
So
Arya.
timeless.
Arya was actually the only correct answer.
So now
but
we have to
because-
But
ask
for me-
him. Do you think you want to give it to her? Because she wrote first Rishan.
You know, Arya was what I was thinking. You confused me. You confused me with your stupid, not timeless. Arya is someone I've known since
The
he was
thing is-
born and Omar was born. We've grown up as
We've
three
grown up
siblings.
together.
Arya is a
He's more like a
brother.
brother actually,
How
but
cute.
like
Yeah. Arya is a
I'll
brother.
give it to you. You know what?
Yeah,
I'll
it
give it
has
to
to
you.
be.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. Sure.
So when he
Sweet.
said not timeless, I mean Arya is the
But
definition
if
of timeless.
I said timeless, she would get it immediately.
Arya
Okay.
is ancient in our lives.
I
He's
didn't
a
want to give you that
fixture.
hint.
He's furniture in our lives.
Okay. So this is
Yeah.
very specific now. What is your pet peeve?
Okay.
What is Omar's pet peeve?
Like what does he get irritated when we do?
Irritated, annoyed, cringes at. Whatever.
This is my biggest one.
3, 2, 1, go. Rude to animals. And we
So,
are being
for
bossy
me-
and treating him like a child. Oh no.
No,
You
no,
get
no.
really angry at me and
No,
Mama
no,
when
that's
we...
not. For me,
Pet peeve.
for me, honestly, like
Rude to animals,
anyone
that's
who's
also,
rude to like an animal, like
Mean
hurts,
or something.
anyone who's defenseless, not even animals,
Yeah.
someone who's defenseless, whether it's the elderly or an
Yeah,
animal or whoever
yeah.
it is, even a dog, whatever. The thing is, if a person is defenseless
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you inflict yourself in any way, you inflict harm on them. That's the biggest pet peeve or red flag I have.
And
Because
this is actually,
how can you do that? Like it's,
This is
Yeah, that's
my
actually
pet
true.
peeve
that's
also.
a big one for me.
It's a
huge.
it's
Yeah.
a pet peeve that this is also
and it
mine.
makes my blood boil when I see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Omar, who do you truthfully think is your mother's favorite? Among the siblings right
But
now.
both of
who
us
do you
have to
think?
write it.
Both of you have to guess what Omar is writing. Alaya, this is not for you.
Oh, I have to write.
Mother's
Guess what?
favorite.
This is her
Not dad's favorite.
from his perspective to think it. Oh, Omar's all ready.
I'm still confused. I'm not sure about
Let's
this. but
see.
I'm not sure.
This is like Sach Ka Samna. This is like that moment because Alaya is taking a lot of time also.
Okay, I don't know if Omar... I don't actually know what Omar's written, but
Okay.
Okay, fair? In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
You wrote you.
me.
AF. Okay, so the
I thought
reason
you would think it was me.
the reason I said me is because I think currently I'm a lot more sensitive to her in many ways. Like I'm a lot more understanding about things. And Alia is a little more. Sorry, Alaya. Cut that.
Alia birthday was
Alia's,
used to call me Alia.
Alaya is a little more like. Even I'm very upfront with mom,
Sure.
but I treat it a little more sensitively, like issues with her.
Yeah.
But I think because I'm so like nice to her in that way, like I treat her very like kindly, you know.
Yeah.
Even if I'm upfront with her, I'm a little bit kinder. And also, yeah, I feel like me currently,
Yeah.
but I don't think she can choose. If we really had to
Yeah.
ask her, I don't think she could choose
Yeah.
personally.
But you know, I read this thing that apparently all parents actually
Yeah.
do have a favorite child.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
And then-
probably
and then
they
one
won't
day
say it.
I
They
asked-
never
don't
say it.
say
No,
it,
one day I
nah.
asked Mama also. I was like,
But that's what for me. I think dad. If it was dad, I think it would be. I would write her name for sure.
Yeah, then it would be me.
Maybe, yeah, it would definitely be her.
Yeah, then
So the
it'll be
thing
me.
is, that's what. So I don't know. Maybe it's yeah.
Yeah.
So we agree on that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. The
No, she got two. She got Ryan and she got the other one.
We started off so
You
strong.
got Ryan Reynolds and you got Arya, but
Arya.
we gave it to
Yeah,
her.
we gave
Arya, you
We
gave
gave
it.
it to
You
her.
have 2, sorry.
So wait, I can't tie with this
2
third
and
one.
3. If you get, then you're tied. Okay, let's
She has
go.
a chance. Okay.
It's a question. Chalo, because
Then
you
we
said
do a
that, I'll give a
tiebreaker.
very simple question.
Yeah.
A place that you're obsessed with for holidays. It's a place that you're obsessed with.
Currently,
Currently obsessed with.
I'm not,
It's technically a place you're obsessed with.
Okay, done.
Okay, done.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's not place of obsessed now. We have changed the answer to a place that he wants to go to, a place that he has been to. But
Okay,
mine
let's go. In 3,
she knows it,
2,
I'm sure.
and 1.
I thought Phuket to train at that dojo. You want to go now?
So that was my second closest one. I was going to write that.
He wants to go
The
train
thing
at
is,
the
the
dojo
thing
in
is,
Phuket.
I'm very into martial arts.
Yeah.
Very into martial arts, and
So,
Phuket
I
has a
think-
lot of like amazing martial arts places.
Dojos and-
and
I,
I
think
want
we
to.
have the same series that we love, karate.
Yeah. I want to actually go live there for 6 months and train, just train. For me, that's one of my passions.
So
but
do we love-
Japan is my like ideal bucket list place. I want to go there, and I've been talking about it for years now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've spoken about it to you. Maybe I've not
No, you have
mentioned
not.
it.
But
That's
not
why.
even I want to go to Japan.
She's like,
let's plan
so
a fun
Japan
trip.
here
Even I want
and-
to go.
Japan is my ultimate thing because I also love anime and that's the birthplace of
Of
anime.
course.
I love anime.
Oh.
And I just love the vibe of Japan. Like I see pictures of it, I'm like, I just want to go here.
Yeah.
The food, the place, the vibe.
I have to sadly declare the fact that we have a very interesting winner of this
Yeah,
round.
I'm drawing things
Hello?
on my board. I've drawn a crying face of broken heart.
All right. I told you to keep your phones with you, right?
Yeah.
Now you get to take badla. You'll have to show me the most embarrassing picture of your sibling. It can be making funny
have a
face.
really good one.
Everybody
Wait,
has
wait, wait,
really
wait, wait.
ugly, horrid pictures. My sister has an
I have-
Is
album
it a
on
young
it.
one?
Yeah. Has to
You
be
will
a-
have to reveal.
I have
Take
one
your phone.
really bad one of her, but I don't know how to find it. Let me find it.
All right, let's go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is a okay. Sure.
You'll have to zoom into this picture. First, I'll let Alaya show the picture.
Oh,
Alaya,
no,
let's
no,
go.
no, no, wait. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Take it,
I have
take
a
it.
much better one. I have a much better one.
Yeah. Take it. Remember, she must not like it.
I know which one you're going to show.
Okay, I have it. I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go, Alaya. Let's see what you've got. Oh,
This is
listen.
Omar at a school annual day.
But it's too cute.
I'm zooming in. I'm zooming in.
Also.
You want to zoom
We
out?
were at
and
a
see?
water park
He
and I was
gets it.
jumping on.
This is way more funny.
If you zoom in, it's better.
Wait, even
This
I
is
don't know.
this. Yeah.
Wait now. Just
Hey,
wait.
no, we said one.
You said.
We said one. No,
You know,
no,
actually,
no, no.
Omar's picture you showed was very cute. I didn't find
Bas,
it very
bas, no, 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 you
embarrassing.
can't do another.
Omar,
It's done.
this wins.
But I'll just.
Alaya has panicked. Alaya.
Come on, come
This is
on.
you and your.
That's me being homeless at this point. No, please, no.
Okay, so then the first one that you showed.
Fine, yeah, he wins this also.
Okay.
Omar's just been winning all the rounds.
Okay, thank you so much. Well done. That is a priceless expression, I must say.
Yeah, it
That's
was some water slide. And I was like, woo!
But it's what do you have to say to people who have siblings or otherwise? What is your one-liner thing that you want to say?
Omar and I, since we were young, have had this one rule that we've now brought Zan, our 9-year-old brother, also into, which is siblings stick together. And I think that is the essence of it.
I think that triumphs it. Like
that
having
above everything.
having each other's backs no matter what.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like holding each other accountable when it's time to
Of
hold
course.
each other accountable, but having each other's back no matter what. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Siblings stick together. Just that's it. That's it. And Zan has
Siblings
also
stick
been
together.
every
That's a
time
good
Zan.
tagline.
Yeah,
This is the best
really
advice
good.
because
Yeah.
I 100% am with you on this. Siblings stick together.
Correct.
That's a fantastic way to end this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Besides being wonderful human beings, you guys are fantastic siblings and this bond will always be cherished. Thank you. Sending you
Thank
lots
you.
of love. And now we're going to go and eat some. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Bye-bye.